All right, some parts came in today. Waiting on the battery and a couple other little things. And then, so one thing I'm gonna look at today is this girl's 20-inch BMX bike. Using those handlebars, hopefully it'll work. And changing them out. And that'll just give, I mean, these things are so narrow. A little wider bar from this little miniature mountain bike will give a little stability and steering control. So that's my goal for today. And then maybe a little mock up with the brakes. All right, got the bars on. It was a pretty easy direct fit. Some little differences in the stem, but it all works. Now I'm trying to fit up the hydraulic brakes, and I've never done bicycle hydraulics, but I've done plenty of motorcycles, so hopefully it's pretty much the same as I want to run this just like a real scooter or motorcycle. So front brake over here. Of course, that's actually set up for the American version of bicycles where it's the rear brake. We're in like Europe, a lot of times it's the other way. Hopefully I can disconnect those lines and then bleed them up and have everything the way it should be. Check back with you in a minute. Well, finding out the hard way, going to the 160 in the rear from the 140, holes don't line up. And 160 wouldn't even slide on there regardless. So just even lining them up, not gonna work. So time to get on YouTube and find me some video of one that does. Now I can adjust this rear caliper just a little bit, and it already bites a little bit on this 140. So I can take a spacer out and lower it down and see if it'll bite all the way on that 140. So that's what I'm gonna do next. All right, so there was a spacer in between the bracket and the caliper. Removed that, gave me a little bit more bite. And then what I did is I marked it, how far up in the brake pad I am, and then took a little bit of a measurement, and then later on I'll come back and I'll grind this part down so I can get more of this rotor inside the brake pad area. All right, so bars are on, brakes are working as they should. So let's see. Safety first. Lift that up. Do the back brake. All right, can't complain. So got it set up just like a scooter. And getting the electrics off, gonna get this motor off, and I watched one of the Votron videos and saw that I'm gonna have to change the sprocket on the motor, and hopefully it's reverse thread just like he says in the video. All right, guys, here we go. So I was really hoping I could make the front suspension off that 20-inch mountain bike work as well, but the stem is quite a bit too short. It's only, I think, around 16 centimeters. Okay, less than that. It's about 15 centimeters. And then it needs to be about 21 centimeters there. So there's no way to get that to work. But I think it's definitely something I'm gonna revisit on see if I can figure that out. Or look for another set that would have a longer stem for another scooter that would accommodate fitting up underneath the Bellezza, the front fender and all that stuff. So that would have worked actually if the stem would have been longer. And then I have a MIG welder, so I was thinking maybe I could come up with a way, get this lined up, cut it, put a plug in it, and then extend this out and weld it up, sand it down, blah, blah, blah. But you get the idea. That might be past my capabilities to keep it all lined up, but Nothing like trying.